is just incredible.
Zero, Davis takes the lead. Okay, it's 2-2 now, Davis.
I know, but it's not a big deal as moving on.
3-2, Danny on the right wall. Both these guys have wicked right walls. 4-2 Danny, first game.
If one's good, two's better. Nice cut by Davis.
Ooh,
cross.
Danny on the... Is that an off-speed or a cross?
It was an off-speed cross.
Off-speed, okay. You got a 5-4 lead, Danny Hynes.
Should be a really interesting match. I know Davis lost to Danny the last time they played. Twice, wasn't it? Was that the finals?
The last time they played in the World Championships, Danny won.
Yeah,
the last time they played in the California State, Davis won.
Right, yes. I'm sorry. Last major tournament, Worlds.
Right.
Danny beat Davis twice that tournament, did he not?
I believe so.
Because Davis was in the winners of the winners.
I'm not really sure. I'll have to ask somebody who was there. I was not there myself.
Well, all I know is, for a while, Davis had Danny's number for a couple years, and Danny, being the champion that he is, turned the tables and was able to knock Davis off. Wow, beautiful transition.
Yeah, these two have been really back and forth over the years. Okay, so California State, Davis won 2013 World Championships. Danny won. Prior to that, they played in the 2012 5-6 in Houston, where Danny won that. Danny gets his first game 7.
Wonderful.
7.
Left all over.
4?
7-4, 7-5. I'm not sure.
7-4, 7-5. Yeah. Prior to that, I think Danny had defeated him in the 2011 World Championships. But then the years before that, from about 2009, 2010, went to Davis. I remember 2008, Danny defeated him in a World Championships, but lost to Davis in a challenge match, 4-1. Seems like Davis turned the tables on Danny the year 2006.
Yeah.
And for about 2 years straight there, Danny was having a very difficult time with Davis.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like it's been about a little 2-year run for each of them since then, back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. 06 was the year that Danny came out to the California State, and I think Davis really shocked everybody, including himself, to a certain degree. I mean, he studied Danny, planned that, but the completeness of his domination at that point was a little surprising to everybody. I think Danny was pretty shocked as well. Beautiful under. I believe that was a slight over. Wonderful left ball over under. Danny's been topping the puck a few times on that approach.
Yeah, the new mallet that he now plays with kind of enables him to top the puck a lot more, especially when he's extended out. Kind of acts like a little bit of a teeter-totter there, with putting his finger inside the mallet's knob.
Davis playing better defense this game. As soon as I say that,
4-1 lead
the
now.
off speed. Just barely missed that shot. Nice defense on the right walls there. Same by Danny. Lovely cross. Got him right out of position. soft over. You don't see that often. Danny scoring on himself in that manner. Off the table. Danny getting a little sloppy here in this game. Nice over.
6-3. Davis looking to put this game away.
There it is.
And tie it up at 1 game apiece.
That under seems to be working pretty well for him. Probably see him go back to that a few more times. Notice the comment here in the chat room regarding the 4 guys in the promotional video being in the top 4 for this tournament. There is a reason why they were featured. Top 4 in air hockey recently has really not changed. Danny Ehab, Billy Davis, pretty dominant. There really hasn't been anybody else to break through that top 4 in a couple of years now. You know, you can see the future coming. Colin is definitely a big part of that future charge. But I feel like, you know, as long as these 4 guys want it, you know, you're going to have to rip it from them, and it's not going to be easy. So, Mark, where would you rank? Where would you rate Pedro in this discussion of the top 4? Where do you think he slots in?
Well, Pedro got, what was it, 3rd place?
I believe it was 3rd place.
Last
yes.
tournament. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that, you know, he hasn't been able to play in the World Championships, you know, that I've been at, you know, since 2001. If you ask me, okay, he defeated Ehab pretty soundly at the last tournament. He lost to Danny. I don't remember who else he lost to.
Did he beat Billy?
He did beat Billy. You know, if Pedro was here, that's been, you know, a thorn in Billy's side recently since Billy put out that Billy challenge, you know, where you know, he put out $1,000 to anybody who could beat him as sort of a reward, and Pedro was like a 2nd or 3rd contestant, and you know,
right.
That ended that because I was next to go out. If you have to ask me, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I would put at a Pedro tournament. You know, Pedro's between 3 and 4, you know, depending, you know, just on how the matchup is. I think Billy will not beat him, or at least Pedro will beat Billy, you know, a majority of the time. I would not put Pedro ahead of Davis or Danny at this point. But
yeah, against Danny it makes sense. Now, I don't believe Pedro and Davis have played in a tournament.
Yeah, maybe not. I remember Davis making a note to me after that tournament that him and Pedro, maybe they just played some pickup, but Pedro before didn't think Davis would be a problem. Afterwards, Pedro said Pedro was wrong for saying that because Davis had really impressed him. So, you know, as for Pedro, I would probably put him at 3 or 4, you know,
top.
In the top players everywhere.
For sure.
You know, I mean, who's missing from this tournament? We got Jose Mora, who's missing, who last tournament that he was at finished like either 9th or 10th. I think he finished 9th. He lost to Keith, and he lost to one of his fellow Venezuelans. Can't remember who it was, but it was a huge upset.
Was it Javier or was it Marcelo?
It wasn't Javier. It was the other guy who was kind of playing actively a couple of years ago. Can't remember what his name was. But he lost to him. So, you know, I'd put Pedro ahead of Jose. Maybe, I don't know about a head-to-head matchup, but at least in a tournament for right now.
Sure. Well, not to discount Jose. I mean, he's just not active currently. So, you know, if he were, probably a different story.
Well, we got players like Jose, Anthony Marino, you know, Will Upchurch, who have played in the last few years, in the last couple of years, that just aren't at this tournament right now.
Well, and they're not active. But I mean, even if they were, I don't think any of them would be favored over any of the top 4 currently.
Yeah.
You know, I know Jimmy's a bit of a wild card. But he hasn't been active in a while either. So.
Yeah. The only person that I would say, you know, I would favor Pedro of these last 3 is against Billy. But you know, Pedro took Danny to the 7th game, and then Danny beat him fairly handily in the 2013 World Championships. Wow. But you know, Pedro's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Davis just got Joe Caned. Danny stole that game. Danny stole that game from Davis. Davis was up 6-3.
Oh my gosh. What is the exact definition, your exact definition of it, getting Joe Kane?
Oh, well, this is what happened at the 2013 California State. I was playing against Christopher Lee, and
Did you think that was? I didn't think that was a true cop out. I think it just sort of rimmed in.
it looked to me like it. Yeah. No, so what happened was, I was playing against Chris Lee, and I kind of nicked the puck, and it was headed right toward the goal, and I started to celebrate before the puck got to the goal. Chris Lee scooped out the shot and promptly shot a left wall over and won that game. So I sort of celebrated.
Ouch.
I celebrated a little too early. Davis did the same thing. I came back to win the 7th game, but that was a little bit of embarrassment.
Well, it's like I said, it ain't over till it's over, and you haven't scored until that puck's dropped.
Yep. There you go. Davis was up 6-3 in that game.
That's a devastating a loss of a game right there. It turns the momentum.
Yeah, that could decide the match.
Yeah, these guys, both of them got a lot of a lot of backbone to them, but that can really take a lot of wind out of your sail, having that sort of a lead to go up 2-1, and now you're down 2-1 because you let it.
And I'll say this too. I mean, Davis in the past, when I've talked to him after losing a match to Danny, his explanation is, well, Danny just D'd me up, and right there he definitely played some amazing defense to get out of there. But I think Davis, I don't want to say he relaxed, but I think he just, in the moment, he's moving so fast, and Danny starts to kind of get a beat on what he's doing. Davis, I think he would do well to just stop, take a timeout, do a little bit, just do some drifting, some off goals, just something to kind of get his head focused again. Because I think he starts to press, a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Well, what's interesting is the winner that goes on to play Billy in the tournament finals. Billy has played both of these guys in finals before and has lost to both of these guys. But recently, Billy defeated Danny Hynes in 2012, the first World Championships they had that year. And that was Danny's only World Championship loss, World Finals loss that he had. The one prior to that, back in 2010, where Billy Stubbs played Davis in the finals. Davis had to win it in one set. Billy had to win it in two. Ended up going to the second set, and it was a fight. And I think Davis ended up winning, I want to say 4-2. And so this is definitely going to be, some history repeating itself in terms of matchups.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
But Davis now probably feeling a little bit of that frustration from the last game.
Yeah,
he's got a 2-0 lead right now. He's probably going to be a little more serious from here on out. When you have a lead like that, a commanding lead, and you lose, it's just like, you know what? Okay, that was stupid. I don't know what happened to me. If I got distracted, why did I let them come back? And you really get all business. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds. This is the time where you can really, take it up a notch, or you can slip a notch. Because once you start getting serious, if you start losing, it's one of the worst feelings. Oh.
Yeah, I think Davis he's in a dangerous place right now because he's about to let this good work get away from him.
Yeah, he was up 2-0, and we're seeing a little bit of a self-implosion here. But, Davis is not weak. I mean, he's been a champion for a reason. He's learned to pull things out before. But, this is...
Seems to me Danny's got a little bit of a read on him right now. He's in that D'ing up phase.
Yeah, every champion's been tested, and every champion will continue to be tested.
Yep.
So...
Yep. Davis's puck.
Yeah, we are tied in games and score right now. Or, excuse me, we got a 2-1 lead. It could have been a 2-1 lead for Davis, 2-1 lead for Danny, and we got a tie 2-2 in then game number 4.
Yeah, this is definitely a pivotal game. I mean, very somewhat obvious to say that, but Danny goes up 3-1. I would say this match is probably over.
Yeah, it's hard to come back when, it's tough enough to come back when you're already down, but when you've been up on somebody, like in the game prior, I mean, and then you get down after you've had the upper hand early on, it's tough, it's emotionally draining, it's demoralizing.
Both guys seem to have slowed down a little bit here. somebody's searching for some offense. Yep, there's
Danny on the transition, yeah.
Yep.
What do we got here? 3-2.
Yeah, Davis is looking for some answers right now. He may have to start pulling. There he's across. He may have to start pulling off some transitions here because Danny's not giving him anything easy.
3-3 score.
Nothing. Of course, nothing's easy at this level, but.
See if Davis turns it on. He's trying this cross right wall. I think Davis will need to execute some good left walls on Danny to get him to open up on that cross because Danny's just sitting on that cross. He's trying stopping it.
I don't know that I've seen Davis really hit any left walls this game.
Yeah, to have any success against Danny, you've got to have a great left wall, and that's what Billy had against Danny that last tournament.
He went for it, didn't quite get it, but almost got the cross there. I think Danny may have got Davis's timing down here.
Yeah, well, Davis is trying this cross cut right wall combo, and he'll score, but it's not going to be what really gets Danny a ton.
He got the cut there.
And he did get the cut.
5-4. This is an important game for Davis. Good stop. Oh, there's the cross again. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it was a pop out.
I thought that went in. Apologies. Oh, wait a minute. No, it must. You know what? It did go in, and Danny must have got the puck out really fast because that was 7th point right there.
We are tied now at 2-2. Winner goes on to the tournament finals to take on Billy Stubbs. Davis having the upper hand somewhat early in the match, having a 6-3 lead in Game 3 that he lost. Danny came back and won. However, Davis, after struggling this last game, was able to turn it around and take it.
Well, to his credit, he didn't let it get to his head.
Yeah, and that's just a testimony to the kind of champion that Davis is, that he won't crumble under that sort of pressure so easily. So, game number 5 coming up. So, Joe, you had a little bit of speaking of struggles, you had a little bit of a tough time with process and getting here. And
oh yeah, I don't really want to get into too much detail about that. I mean, it'd be easy. I wouldn't say it'd be easy. I think it would be wrong for me to use that as an excuse or a crutch. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from the players who beat me. They deserve their wins, deserve their victories. Things are not always going to go the way you want them to, and that's part of the struggle of air hockey. I mean, you find yourself in situations that, maybe you didn't think you would be in, and you got to try to dig yourself out, one way or the other. I've watched guys like Phil, Mark, play in ways where, they're hurt, they're not able to execute the way they want to, but they still find a way, to come out of that. I played better today than I did yesterday. I really wish I had played like I played today. Yesterday, I think things would have gone differently. But, I tip my hat to everybody who beat me. I no excuses.
Well, I wasn't really trying to use that for any sort of an excuse for you, for any of your play. I actually don't know how you did. But I was just trying to more use it for an example of, battling through tough times. Just the fact that you're here, I guess, is somewhat of a, I don't want to say a triumph, but, you had to go through some tough stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, travel to this tournament was a little bit tricky, and some unexpected things happened along the way. My wife ended up in the emergency room, physical issue, sort of unavoidable. Wow, Danny's steamrolling this game. But yeah, I mean, once you're here, and Phil will give a speech every tournament. Why are we here? Well, I know why I'm here. I came here to play some air hockey, and I really wanted to make the best of it. Despite the circumstance, obviously, unfortunate that wife and family couldn't be here. Would have liked everybody to meet my son, but still felt like you play through adversity. That's the one thing maybe I've learned over the years it'd be easy to quit. It's the times when you don't quit that's when you learn a little bit more about yourself. So.
Well, nonetheless, glad you could make it here, and hope everything turns out okay with your family.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You just had a son fairly recently, about a year ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Wow,
Yep.
That was quick.
Yeah, I know. It happens fast. It happens very fast.
And you got married how long ago?
We got married about 6 months ago.
Okay, 6 months ago. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And,
it's been a good year. I mean, in many ways. Certainly, everybody has their ups and downs, but we try to make the most of it.
Yeah, well, I certainly hope it doesn't affect, you being married and having a family. Even though that's a wonderful thing, I hope that doesn't affect your future and being able to come to more tournaments.
Oh no. The one thing that's great is Angela is very supportive. Wants me to play. She understands it's important to me. So I appreciate that. Not everybody would be so understanding. So cross by Davis. This is getting interesting. Danny was up 4-0.
Yeah, I think it was up 5-1 too.
6-5. Danny right now. Oh, just missed the cross. Got it again.
Maybe Davis will have his own comeback.
Game point either way.
And he seals it off 7-5.
Put that down. Oh, it was 7-5. I'm sorry. I thought it was 6-all.
This is one of the times where in the past, and I don't know so much about now, but in the past, where Davis has been the most dangerous. He's had in the past several comebacks on people from being down 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. That you can't really discount it. I mean, he had a match. It was 2006, I believe, where he was down 3-1 to Ehab. Loser is out of the tournament, goes to 4th place, and I thought it was over. I walked out of the room and I come back, and next thing I know, Davis has won. So, where he could have very well been up right now, 3-2, he's down 3-2.
Yeah, that was actually 5-0, Danny.
So
Davis got it back to 7-5. That's pretty impressive. Hopefully he can use that as motivation, get that momentum going for this 6th game.
Yeah, well, the Iron Dragon now is got his back to the wall once again.
It's funny. I cannot not laugh at the Iron Dragon because I know how that started.
Yeah.
That is a reference. That was a doubles team name of Dave Gray and Davis Lee Wynn many years ago, and it was inspired by Trogdor the Burninator of gosh darn it, I'm losing my track of my thoughts here.
The Iron Dragon?
No. I know. I'm just trying to remember the website. Strong Bad, Homestar Runner website. Comedic, very silly thing. And Dave, I don't know where Dave came up with this Iron Dragon concept, but that was his idea. And then somehow or another it stuck. Davis took it. It sounds so serious, but it's rooted in comedy, so I always laugh when I hear that.
Wasn't Bruce Lee noted as something like that, or at least the Dragon or the Iron Dragon or something?
The Dragon, yes. I don't know about the Iron Dragon, but...
Well, and then, of course, we had Don James for a while, teasing us, giving us a little bit of a tough time, calling
Paper
Davis, from the Iron Dragon to the Paper Dragon, and my nickname for a while was the Avalanche, and he started calling me Snowflake.
Snowflake, yeah.
I thought it was really actually kind of clever. I laughed at it pretty hard. Davis didn't find it as amusing as I did, but, oh well.
Clever, yes. Amusing, no.
So we got 2-1 lead now for Davis Lee. Davis has to win this game to go to a 7th. Danny needs this game to take the match.
I think what he's taking from that last game is his straights, cuts, and crosses are very effective when he's mixing them up. On the line.
4-1 now,
on the line.
Davis.
That was head up play by Davis right there.
Things keep going the way it's been this game. We will be going to a 7th.
I know everybody would love to see that.
Danny on the left wall, 4-2.
Davis let that one get away from him a little bit. And when Davis starts getting possession consistently, you're in trouble.
Puck off the table.
Block there.
That'll be over to Davis.
Saw that left wall coming. Got there in time.
Oh, Davis on the right wall, 5-2. 2 points away from going to the 7th game here.
Good block. Oh, the left wall.
6-2. 1 point away.
This game is looking clinical. But if it goes to 7, you can bet it will not be a simple matter. No matter how this game goes, Game 7's a whole other story. Just barely missing on these right walls.
Just missing the cross.
Yeah, Danny's done well to. Oh, he scores on himself.
7-2. We are going to a 7th game here.
A little bit of a surprising end to that game. That might actually work in Danny's favor, though. When something like that happens to a top-level player, you sort of sharpen your focus a little bit. Things look like Danny looked like he's getting a little sloppy that last game, so maybe use that as motivation to play better this last game.
We are going to the 7th here. Joe, what are your thoughts on this 7th game? What do you predict if you had to?
Oh, my goodness. I got to tell you, my heart is with Davis, obviously, just because of, practice partner and, playing so much together. It's taught me a lot. I think it's really going to come down to Danny's, how much gas he has left in the tank. I know Danny's got reserves.
That was 7-2, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Danny's got reserves. I think maybe he was conserving his energy a little bit that game.
Danny?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I doubt it. If you're up 3-2 and you're trying to.
I don't know. I think by the time Davis was up like 4-0 in that game, so he may have realized maybe just taking a little bit, take a foot off the gas. I mean, I'll give the nod to Davis, but not by much. I would not be surprised to see Danny win the 7th game, but I think the way history. Unfortunately, Davis has been a little bit. I don't know if he's too critical of his play, gets in his own head a little bit sometimes. In these games that I'm used to seeing him win, I think sometimes he doesn't play up to how he would want to play. So I'll give Davis a slight nod, but I think he's going to have to take it from him.
I think Danny might be slightly better in the clutch, but yeah, it's really up in the air here. I think if Davis can play kind of hot, play smart, he'll get it. But Danny, when he needs to, picks it up. He's up to 2-0 lead already.
Danny's definitely awake right now. This could. My prediction could become. Oh my goodness.
Scores on himself. That's 2-1 lead.
That's a sign of fatigue. That's not something a non-fatigued Danny is going to do. So this is what I was talking about, running out of gas. Man can play defense, no question.
3-1 lead now. It's the cross shot.
I think this might be where Davis is into that point in his head. He's second guessing himself a little bit.
Yeah, Davis needs to get something going here. He looks a little tight, looks a little tense. He's not hitting really good, crisp, accurate, deceptive shots.
Stop. Yeah,
all right.
Got the cross. I really thought he was going to shoot a cut right there.
Cuts the lead to 1. Trying to get something going here for himself.
Good block on the under.
I think if Davis can tie it up here, that'll give him a boost. Okay, and he did. Start off the game down 2-0. It's pretty hard, especially after some of the leads he's lost early on.
Oh.
Here's his chance to take the lead from Danny.
Just missed it. Off the rattle in.
Takes 4-3 lead now.
That's 2 this game.
Danny just barely missing his last 2 shots. Davis trying to be careful here. A little too careful on that shot.
Yep.
Danny attempting a cross.
A good solid shot there.
Attempting the right wall.
Good defense. Good get.
Turns it over.
Nice possession.
Davis needs to try a cut here. Something to that left side. Very good. He did. Tries a cross.
I think
no good. Danny looking to tie it up here.
Sharp right wall over, I think, by Davis could score here. He gets the puck back.
Oh, just misses the right wall.
Yep. Just with the
Davis
under.
Starting to look a little tight again. Both of them looking a little tight. Maybe fatigue is playing a factor here. It is the 7th game. It's been a crazy match so far. Danny's puck. He's down by 1, 4-3. He does the cut, ties it up, 4-4. Davis gets the 5th point on a hard snap. Right wall under. 5-4 lead. And he tries the right wall over, misses, gains possession again.
Davis just looking to get the puck back
Davis
here.
with the charge. Oh,
just missed the cut. Davis definitely a little tight right there. You would have thought he would have got that puck.
Telegraph straights there.
Yep. Davis needs to set up here. He's rushing. He's rushing, and it's not really serving him right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing some real telegraph straights here. I don't know if it's just being tired or just not knowing what to do. That was a decent shot, but I'm just seeing some inaccuracy and lack of deception.
He's been rushing it. Now he's slowing it down, which is good.
Oh, left wall under. That's what he needed to hit that side of the goal. Match point for Davis.
Tricky shot now. Danny is by no means out of this. Calls timeout. Would not be surprised to see Danny score a couple points here.
Danny came back from a 6-3 lead early on to win a game, so 6-4, isn't impossible. Chance to pull within 2.
Davis has the puck. Nope, got to shoot a better shot than that.
Oh,
my goodness. Wow. I'm going to go back on my camera on that one, and we'll have the pop-out debate. That'll be interesting.
All right.
You're living well, Danny Hynes.
6-4 lead.
And he tops it. My goodness.
Davis with a chance here to...
A little fate going both directions here.
And
the cut.
That's the match.
What a beautiful shot to end the match.
The Davis win will go on to advance to the tournament finals against Billy Stubbs.
Can take nothing away from Danny on that match. It looked like my prediction was not going to go the right way with Danny. Started hot, 2 points. Davis really tightened up his defense and kind of got scary there toward the end. So that was a well-played match. Very exciting.
Oh, this is just incredible.